I mean,
It
it
was
was
sold
it
out.
was
I think it
a
was
full
sold out.
house. It was a full house too.
Mhm.
So the tickets were sold. The house was packed. It was great watching everybody there. It was like a small, intimate Olympia. That's how I saw it. It was
Yeah,
better
that's
than the
good.
Olympia.
Well, that's a lot to say. Better than Olympia. That's maybe better than the Arnold Schwarzenegger classic, but the Olympia. That's a lot to say. So Janine, as you know, you could last compete at Tampa. I got to see you the first time. We got to talk a good bit, and then you did this show. Why this show? Because there was at least I think the Rise of Phoenix. As you know, that's now an open show, and there's also the Grand Prix.
Well, I haven't been back to Vegas for a long time, like 2019. But I also wanted to spend a little bit of time with my other family over there that I haven't been able to spend time with. So I kind of put everything in one package. So I was able to compete, able to spend time with my family out there, and see my friends and everything, and my
That's cool.
clients.
That's cool. So, what was
So
your experience?
it was a kind of a full trip, you know.
What's the experience like for you? Be on the stage and competing. And just like as you say, which is a great environment. They say it was a packed house, and
Mhm.
this opportunity for, especially for women's bodybuilding, with so few opportunities to be able to appear, especially a show post after Olympia.
Yeah, it was a good show. It was well run. I mean, um, sometimes we got the times all mixed up. You know, they wanted us at one time, but we really didn't need to be there that early. That was the only thing. I think the only correction I would do really was have the pro times at the pro times and not have us come with the MPC. There was a little
So
hiccup there, but overall it was very well run. They treated us with respect, which is really awesome, and they had our best interest at heart.
that's pretty good because you know what, that sounds a great show. Maybe in the future that might be a show I might go to myself and check it out. I'm planning to go to a show maybe next year.
Mhm.
It just is about with me it's about my budget. I got to make it stretch.
It's like
But
that with athletes too. So when they talk that females don't show up at shows, it's because it's about budgeting. Like there's stuff that go on. We don't get the paid sponsors like the men do.
hmm
And so sometimes the shows aren't, if it doesn't fit into our budget or into what's going on with us, then we can't show up, right? So it doesn't mean we don't want to be there. Sometimes just things come up in life that we have to take care of.
yeah, I can understand that because it could be anything from family emergency to something just happened where the money has to go someplace more important. But folks, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull up. I'm on right here on uh, the Steve Carr IG page,
Mhm.
and I'm going to do this. I'm going to pull up is a interview that Janine did. We have here some people in here. Shout out to my man Josh Simpkins. He's right here. He says, "Happy Sunday fun day." Appreciate that, brother. We get this from Brandon Gonzalez. I am not Spanish. He says, "Salucio Argentina." We speak American here. Where we got the lady who speaks
Hey,
Spanish. She can,
she's saying hello, and she's sending her hugs and kisses.
and this one here because I speak American. Get translation?
Well, I'm not really quite understanding the sentence, but it says, I guess he's referring to myself and Janine. He just said all who compete, women and men. I don't know. Oh,
Yeah,
he's saying flexes and hugs to all who compete, when men and women.
yeah. I appreciate it, brother. Thank God we have here someone who speaks Espanol because I only know one language. And I'm from the South. We just learned basic English. I speak American, son. But shout out to you, Brandon. Thank you for and you also shout out man Josh. So anyway, I'm going to jump into the if you want to check out, go to the Steve Carr IG channel, IG page, and they already posting stuff here from the show. And Janine did a little interview, and we're going to check out the interview and listen to it.
All right, my name is Rania Temeskin, Women's Bodybuilding Pro, and I'm here with one of the competitors here at the Steve Carr, another Women's Bodybuilding Pro. Introduce yourself. Tell us about yourself.
Hi, I'm Janine Lankowski, and I'm a pro bodybuilder.
So I believe that we competed together at Tampa Pro earlier this year. What has your competition schedule been like this year?
This year I competed at Tampa and I competed here.
Okay.
I had a lot of stuff going on that I had to pick my poison, as my mom would say if she was alive, and not do so many shows this year and just focus on a few things.
Yep, put all of your focus into those couple shows.
Those shows.
Awesome. And so what is next for you? Do you have any plans coming up for the next year? Do you know when you'll be competing again?
Not sure. I have a couple things in mind, but I never put it out there until I actually sit with it.
Got it.
And make up a game plan. But I do have a big workshop that I'm hosting in December 6th and 7th in Brooksville.
Tell us about it.
Florida. So it's about mind, muscle. It's a camp. So what I do is I go through your mindset and help you get your goals set for 2026 so you're successful. Plus, fix your workout if you have those goals and you don't know where to start. Nutrition, talk about posing and everything. So it's a 2-day event. You can follow me on Instagram and get more information.
Very good. You guys heard it. Sounds amazing. Well, good luck to you. If you do compete next year in your future endeavors, you look incredible here today.
Thank you so much. It was great meeting you again.
Yeah, you too.
And talking.
Of course.
See ya.
All right.
Well, that was a great little interview. I mean, and Janine, she looked really good. I watched the video. I mean, she came in great condition. The placing, could have been better. I don't know. I'm not a judge. I'm a fan. And here we also, Ramya, she was talking with her. She just made her debut this year at Tampa. She just got a pro card, was it maybe a few weeks before at the USA's. And the winner of the show is a lady who shot me out while she was at Olympia, Ashley Jones. And I mean, I'm telling you, she looked, wow. I mean, y'all both were there. What's y'all thoughts?
She looked fabulous.
Eunice?
I mean, when you look at Ashley, there's not much more room for her to add muscle. She is, if she adds any more muscle, she's going to start to look a little bit, probably more a lot boxier. If she adds more muscle, I think her conditioning is, is great. I wonder what the judges, like what they're telling her she has to do. But I mean, she's got what they're looking for the the top competitors. I mean, she's got that flow, she's got the small waist, she's got the bubbly, the muscle bellies they're looking for. I mean, she's number 2 in the world.
Yeah, congratulations to Ashley. And then also
being short, being her height is an advantage to her to be able to carry that type of muscle. But then again, it can be a disadvantage when you get too muscular, because the shorter you are, and if you're too boxy, too muscular, it can make you look boxy. But she looks amazing. I mean, we knew that's when they were hyping her up. I mean, you think, okay, second in the world, but just like Angela Yeo beat Andrea, everybody has a chance to win. It's just a matter of it being your day, because everybody that competed brought a different look. Everybody has a different style. Everybody has a different structure. Man, I'm just glad I wasn't one of the judges, because there were so many girls' bodies that were amazing.
Yeah, right here, we got Marilyn Yee. She's also been on the short side.
I said, these are the top bodybuilders in the world. I mean,
Yeah. Well, Marilyn, this was her second show of the year, and she was number 2, right behind Ashley. And I've interviewed Marilyn before. This is really a big jump for her, because she did the Grand Prix. I think she was 4th at that show, and did come up behind and come in second, right behind Ashley. And then there were some surprisers, like right here. If you see you know, Hunter Henderson, who was in the top 10 at the Olympia, but placed in 6th.
Mm-hmm.
What's your thoughts on it?
I mean, I had her up higher, like I had Janine. I mean, I don't know what happened there with the judging, because I definitely had both she and Janine up higher
Maybe top in the top 5.
for
You know,
sure.
but yeah, and one young lady who I was hoping to have here to give her thoughts on it because she was there. This was her debut, and that was Elizabeth Moline. And Elizabeth, I mean, she looked really good. I mean, she coming in here. She's a much taller competitor. Cracked the top 5 of the show. Well, out of 10 ladies, could have been a little more because I know Chelsea was going to do the show, but she stepped back for personal reasons. I saw Natalie Copsola was on the list. She was confirmed, but then she dropped out. There was a couple more ladies, and they decided to drop out. So we could have had at least about 13, 14 women for the show.
Yeah. It was still a good show. I mean, like I said too. I mean, sometimes you don't know what comes out, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Sometimes it's hard to pull out. We don't ever want to do that, but sometimes it happens that you have to pull out, or you can't do a show that you truly want to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a choice. It's what's important is your health or maybe your finances, whatever. Because it's tough to be a bodybuilder. Here is an interview because somebody was guest posing there, and that's my girlfriend. I gotta show her because I love her. Let's go get him, wait a minute, this is not. It's on the YouTube channel. It's not on here, but she did get some guest posing. Andrea Shaw, and like I said, I'm a fan. I mean, and this was just barely a month after Olympia, and she looked great. I know you and she ran into. You got to talk to her. What y'all get to talk about? What y'all ladies got to like? I want to be a flyer on the wall when y'all two in the room talking.
Talk to her for like a brief second.
Mm-hmm.
I used to pose her before she turned, like the year she turned pro, the year she turned Rising Phoenix and Olympia. I helped her with her posing routines.
That's pretty good. Yeah.
Wow. And it was COVID. That one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, I ran into it seemed like everybody I ran into, Janine's their coach.
Yeah.
she's like Tony Montana. She's the best. She's the best at what she's doing.
I'm quiet about it,
Now you gotta be like, I'm the best.
I'm the best. Be quiet and then do the shout out later. So
yeah, we'll give you a shout out here.
All my athletes that I worked with, I'll put something out there for them.
Yeah, quite a few athletes I've interviewed, and they say you're a good coach, and they really like your work and how you work with them and you understand it. And as you mentioned earlier, you have this coming up next month in Brookshire. That's what it is.
Brooksville, Florida.
Brooksville, Florida. And share us with that.
It's a workshop. So what it is, it's for athletes and it's for non-athletes. It's teaching you how to get your mindset set for 2026. And then also you're going to design your own training program that I get to go through and help you and make sure that it's set for success for you for 2026. We're going to talk about nutrition. I wrote a workbook that goes with it. So you're able to write down affirmations and key things to help you once you're away from the workshop, that you're able to go back and use those notes to be successful in 2026. I have like food coming in, all that kind of good stuff, and then training time in the gym as well. So it's mind, food, talking about stage presentation, picking your category, going through poses. So it's a lot happening in one weekend, and I'm hosting it. I'm doing it all here in Florida, Brooksville. So if you want more information, costs and stuff, you can DM me or email me. I have a few spots open. And if you're coming in from out of state, make sure you message me because I can tell you where you can stay. That'll be a good price and a good fit. Everything's close. To the gym. It's just probably a 45-minute drive from Tampa Airport.
Yeah. If you want, you can drop your IG and the information for anybody who wants to reach out her. You can see a DM or go to her email and you can get the information. Now, back to why I wanted the interesting units about you talking to my girlfriend. What y'all talking about?
Oh, I just saw her. I hadn't seen Andrea since. Oh gosh, I don't remember when's the last time I saw her.
Oh, probably the triple O.
No, not sure.
If it was
I don't
triple
know.
O, had a triple O.
No, probably the Olympia. I don't know. Yeah, it's just I don't know. 2020 coming so fast, but I guess we go back to when she was practice judging for the collegiate nationals when I competed at Masters, and that's
Cool.
Andrea, which was back in 2022. And ever since we just, I guess because I was one of the oldest up there, she came up to me after I finished and just kind of was very. I didn't even honestly. I looked at her and didn't even realize that was Miss Olympia. And she came up and said, "Hey, I just wanted to say you gave me a lot of hope." And she said, "If you can do it at your age, I got a lot more years left." So anyway, that's how I met Andrea. And ever since we've been, really good friends. We've messaged each other all the time. And so that's just how our friendship started. So whenever I see her anywhere, we just, always like, I don't know, just, it's like we had met each other in a different life, before. Like it was instant friendship. And she's always the same yesterday, today, tomorrow. So that's how Andrea is. Just a real easy person to talk to. She does have the triple O coming up, so we talked about that. And that was pretty much it.
So no juicy gossip. No gossip, no nothing. We don't
I'm not a real gossiper. I don't have a lot of time for that.
I'm too busy for all the time.
Yeah.
I don't know. Sometimes women, y'all got the gossip. Y'all like women be gossipy. Like women be shopping. So here we
do it more than women, honestly. Men,
yeah, they do, don't they?
Men,
yeah, they do.
We learn it from you. We learn from watching you.
And they come in little packs, and they just like blah 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 blah. And I'm like, are you here to work out or just socialize? And they talk more than they lift.
Wait, what you doing, busting? I mean, what? Hey, we're just men, okay? Sometimes men get together. We like to talk. We talk about lifting weights to women. All right, we got some comments here. Shout out to man Josh Hickman says Steve Carr really did a great job with production with the black curtain. It made the competitors stand out because there was a lot of people that don't like when, like I think it was at the Masters Olympia where they didn't like the screen because it was so busy, and there was a lot of people that love the black curtain compared to like with colors or kind of the screen.
Yeah, because just not that is when you have a colored background too, and if an athlete is wearing a red posing suit and the screen has got red in it, they'll wash them right out. A blue screen, all that kind of stuff. That's why my suits are always purple, because I know I'll always stand out, because there's usually never purple in the backdrops.
Yeah. We have another comment from a man, Josh. Shout out to Josh. He says, Hunter Henderson has been putting in the work. Her delts and quads really stood out to me. She looks great. Okay. Also, this is from my man, Money J. He says, oh shit, who's this? Who's he talking about? He says, he's talking about the girl who did Steve Carr Las Vegas show with the red suit on. You just show. Oh, that was Elizabeth Moline. Elizabeth, that was just her pro debut. And he says, she was party. Yeah, she is. Like interview with her. And also, here goes. He said like this. Says someone in the chat speak Spanish. That's a first. Well, I have quite a few who speak Spanish in first. Again, I remember I speak English. I speak American. We speak American here. So also, you were there with my brother for another, our dear friend, Mr. David. Shout out to David. He did some stuff, really cool stuff here. We got some behind the scene interviews. He got some pictures here. Also, he's here. I told him, hey, what you doing with my girls, David? I keep telling you keep rubbing my girls, man. He's my brother. I love him. I mean, but he keep pushing on my girls. I mean, shout out to David because I was hoping to be here, give his thoughts of it. Y'all two like you had a lot of fun there.
Well, we just ate. Eunice and I had a salad with pulled beef on it, brisket.
Yeah, Janine got to pick the restaurant.
Well, it was just we were hungry.
Yeah, she was hungry. So, I'm like, I don't care. It's your night. So you get to pick whatever you want to eat.
I like brisket.
And so she wanted brisket. So I was like, hey, I'm from Texas, man. We really know, our brisket. But it was actually really good. So
yeah, it wasn't too bad, right?
It was.
It wasn't really fatty. I hate fatty brisket. Like that's
it was perfect.
It was a nice salad. It could have had a bit more meat, but it was good.
Here he is.
Yeah,
we got a video here. Janine. Yeah, I love this. They don't do it much anymore. Is do the like vaccine pump up room videos. Like we see young ladies getting ready, y'all getting, like knights going into battle. You're getting your armor shined up, you're working out, you're exercising. There's also this Carmen who was fourth. There's Chelsea Dion, she's there hanging out. She was gonna do the show, but she dropped out, took a step back. There's a lady right there, Tua Swartz. She just did the Portugal Masters today. Also, quite a few other ladies. There's also Julia Foray there. This was her first show of the season because we hadn't seen her since I think last year competing. We got back to Janine again. This is I think just going back to that same scene. Also, we have here. This is Elizabeth, and she looked really impressive. I mean, like Janine, for you, what's it like to be back there with just like you got to think about it, other than just the men's classic or men's figure, it's just all you ladies.
Yeah, I guess I'm so used to that kind of stuff, right? So it doesn't really faze me. I'm just there in my zone doing what I need to do. I'm not worried about anybody else back there, really.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I think for a lot of people who don't understand that this is an area where you have to get ready. You want to get those last minute pumps in before you get on the stage because you want to look presentable. It's a lot of work, a lot of time, and the training, the dieting.
You have to time everything backstage. But they just kind of, okay, we're being on in like 5 minutes or 10 minutes. Make sure you're this, that kind of stuff. They call that stuff out. So then you kind of time what you need to do before you step on stage. So everyone's kind of in their own little zone mentally to be ready to step on stage.
It is a mental game because you have to prepare yourself. We get on the stage. Prepare yourself off the stage, and then come back. When was the time for y'all for the finals?
5 p.m.
Yes, yeah.
We were in the middle of the MPC show, so they had the MPC, and then the morning they started with us, and then in the evening it was MPC. I had to be there at 2:30. They started at 3, and then we went on at 5.
Yeah.
So
a little by the time y'all get to y'all finals is like around about for us on the East Coast. It's like almost like 9 o'clock, a little after 9. Here it's I can't got to show off Ashley Jones. She looked again. This is like I said again, just a week, just barely a month after Olympia, and she looked amazing. I mean, all your ladies look amazing, and. This is, like I said again, this is a great opportunity because outside of the Olympia, this was a show with the most women. Other than Grand Prix, like I said, this season show's been lacking. If you just heard, Europe Pro is dropping women's bodybuilding. I'm hearing rumors of other shows dropping it. What y'all feel? Like I know Eunice, you're in physique now. You do women's physique, but you have been in bodybuilding game for a long time. What y'all feeling of now? It seems like it's going back to how it was like about in the early 2000s.
Well, I mean, I saw where they've opened up, they're offering masters, all the divisions in Puerto Rico. So that sort of brings another question as to what's going to happen to, since it's Tim Gardner's show in Puerto Rico, what's going to happen to Tampa. there are noticing that the masters, of course you pay for those, for every class, and they know that that's the, I guess, that's the target, the audience, the athletes that can afford it at this time. Masters usually have the discretionary income because, we've paid for our homes and our cars and we're retired and we've saved money because we're that generation. So they know that now. What I see is they're offering more masters divisions because they know that they can charge for those entries. But then that limits your open.
Mm-hmm. And they have to be realistic. So Tim Gardner charges $250 for a division. That's ridiculous.
Well, that's a lot less than Gary Oden, because Gary charges $375.
And then the prize money is nothing. Like, that's supposed to be the
exactly. And
then you're chipping us off. So something has to be done about that shit. Honestly, I mean, I don't mind paying $250, $300 for 40, 45, 50.
I think they should make an exception that if you're going to pay, if you're a masters and you pay for your entries, you should at least get your IFBB Pro card free.
There's got to be something like that, because that's ridiculous. Like, and then you don't, a show, if you make it in the money round, you may break even for travel expenses. Has nothing to do with anything else, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the men always have the more money. Like, if they advertise us more and had us, talking more, whatever, and put us out there on stuff, then the prize money could be up. You know what I mean? But charging that amount of money, that's getting ridiculous.
Yeah,
A lot of the athletes say the exact same thing. It's like, we're putting the money in the pot, but we're not getting it in the outcome. Like, that's supposed to be the money in the pot. Like, this is how you split it up for the top three or whatever.
Yeah.
If
you do a show with Men's Open and they're walking away like maybe $50,000-$60,000, where you can't tell me you can't shave a few thousand off of that and spread it among the other athletes.
It should be split evenly, I think, in the pot.
But his thing is, it's not going to be evenly. We all know, and we all know, as Alpha says, in the pimping game, the money goes to the bottom bitch makes the money, and that's the men's division. It's the bottom bitch. It makes the money. It gets the attention. That's why you saw the Arnold shoot up, the Arnold Classic up to nearly a little over almost $1 million.
And now there's no women's divisions really in there. Like, what, bikini?
Fitness, and then he's gonna get next year. It's gonna be he hadn't put it out there yet, but it's coming. It's gonna be fit model. That's most definitely gonna be on, because it's already on the New York Pro. You already put it on their list. We have here, shout to our man Money J. He says this. He says, "Isn't Andrea Shaw your girl, George?" Well, they're all my girls. If you come my girl. But Andrea is my special girl. She's my number one girl. I love her so much. Just special to you, Miss and Janine. But Andrea is just another different. I can't get myself. Also, he says this. Shout out to my man. Says, "Is Ashley Joe really that gorgeous in person?" Yes, I've met her. She is lovely. I think she gave me a hug and she shot me out. I think she's beautiful. All your ladies are beautiful. It's just. You're all amazing. You all have a different path, different story. That's why I do this and talk about you ladies, because what y'all go through and what the passion drives you is sport, where this is a sport where you don't get much consideration. You don't get much opportunities compared to the men, or unless you're bikini, But that's why I do these. So give y'all a shout out, give y'all support. Shout out to my man here. Money J says Brittany Parrish was there. She was drop dead gorgeous, and her nickname, the real Wonder Woman, suits her perfectly. Yeah, this was her pro debut also. Also, shout out to he says it's everyone in laser focus backstage on stage competing. No talk, just zing on whatever you do and love it.
Yeah, we're focused backstage. Every once in a while you have a laugh or something, but it's pretty. We're focused because you're here to do something.
Mm-hmm. You're there to compete. And even like I said again, even though you may not, because Ashley already got a qualification in Olympia, she's coming in here, and I know a lot of people. Like I know most every female about the channel. Shout out to them. The guys who really are they as they say themselves, they're the professionals. I understand. I'm not trying to be a professional. As I met my crime again, I'm a master smile. I admit that crime, but but really, I would say this, and I think we talked about this. If you already got your spot, step aside. When you could now with shows getting cut for women's bodybuilding, like I saw just right after Nadi Capisoto, not Nadi Capisoto, Alcione Barito was going to do the Romania Muscle Fest. She dropped out. That means she was going to get one qualified, but she did these 3 shows this year, and she took 2 spots. Chelsea Dion, she did 2 shows. She, even though she didn't get a qualification at Triple O, she did win both the Vancouver and New York. And that's the thing, there was only 3 ladies that show. I do talk about offering her Natalia, where now she's the Miss Olympia, physique champion. She just did show Mexico. There's a show she used to do about every year was the Atlantic Coast. But the thing is, when you are the champion,
you don't compete again. If you are the champion, did you ever see Iris Kyle? Did you ever see Linda Murray go to another show?
Yes, Iris did.
Iris did.
Iris did.
Yeah. How many times did she do that?
She did the Miss Olympia 8 times, and she only won 7 of them.
Okay. The Miss Olympia. Okay, so
Miss International. Miss International.
That's a target, but that's different. That's a top tier show. The Arnold Classic, you have to be invited to back in the day, or write a letter, right? Unless you already win, same as the Olympia. So that's different. Those are high tier shows. But I'm saying the other shows to get qualified. When you're an Olympian and you win, you shouldn't be, or if you're already qualified top 3, you should be focusing on the big show and not doing the other shows, taking opportunities away from others. Like there's a lot, Figure 2 that does this. They're just competing. You don't need to be in front. The judges already know who you are and what you look like. But you're taking the opportunity from others that have been busting their ass. And as soon as they see that on the list, they're just like, well, there goes my shot. Because they just stepped off that stage. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to keep that mindset in the right spot. If you're up against them side by side, then the judges can see, compare you that way. Excuse me, but it's if you've already won and qualified, you should not be able to come down to a tier unless you have to re-qualify. And there should be a rule put in there because you don't see the men do that. They go to the big shows. The Arnolds.
No, they're racking up the money.
Yeah, they're racking up the money.
Lunsford, he's racking up the money. They want to go to the Arnold. They want to go to the Olympia. They want to go to the shows that are paying, and they're making $1 million a year now. So it's not, to me, it's like you need to change your guidelines in that, not discourage somebody from
competing, because that's another reason why
we love to compete. But what they need to do is develop a bump system where if that person already that wins qualifies, then give it to the next person. That's how it used to be.
They used to have that years ago. They need to bring it back. That's and they need to bring the point system back for female bodybuilding.
Well, exactly. they did with the point system, but this time it's going to be focused more on men's classic, bikini, wellness, and men's physique because they have so many shows. And with this point system, it works like this: the top 2 shows, if you win, you automatically go to Olympia. Any other shows you have to do at least, any of the second and lower tier shows you have to do 3 or more to get your qualification for the Olympia because they want to cut down numbers for those divisions. But yeah, the point system, or as bring back top 5 for women's bodybuilding.
They shouldn't even have a point system in bikini. Let's be realistic. You have that many shows. The first person wins, you go on.
That's because they got 600 entries in every show.
Well, and you have to cap the entries, right? Like there has to be only, say, 30 girls on the stage. Like, let's be realistic. You can't fit that many people on a stage.
Shoot, that's why they're cutting out the other divisions so they'll have more time for them.
Yeah, it's
because there's more money.
It's all money now, but it's just
all money. It's all money.
How they're doing stuff is just not practical.
Yeah. We got comments.
The point system really did work. like when it was on for bodybuilding and stuff, it really did work because you had athletes coming in condition, fighting to get those points to get on the stage, right? The winner got them, the points then went down the tier. I didn't see a problem with it. The point system worked for a very long time.
Well, I think the mindset was because they feel like it was like consolation prize, and that's why they cut it out.
Still getting on the fucking big show.
Yeah.
However you get there. So all the girls, when I competed the last time on the Olympia stage, I went in on points, and all the girls that beat me in those shows, I beat them on the Olympia stage. So what does that mean? I came in as a consolation prize, but I still beat the girls that beat me. You see where I'm going with that? It doesn't matter. Who cares? It's still getting on the big show. And I still busted my fucking ass to get there.
Yeah. Well, you did, Again, you know how it is. They keep changing the rules, changing things, but not really change the rules to advantage particular division, especially women's bodybuilding or women's physique. They just lost a couple of shows this year. Then I think I saw that it was the Gold's Gym is about to try to add women's bodybuilding because it's supposed to thing where they want they want to add it some other shows like of other divisions. I know most definitely going to have men's classic, men's physique, I believe, and the other one lists were I posted on my story where I crossed out all the others except for the picture of Lavinia. I put a green mark on her. Say, hey, support that because we like to see more y'all ladies. I mean, no offense to bikini competitors. I mean, if you here and there, but again, you have the numbers, you have the sponsorship, you have support, and it's a struggle. And what Austin did, where he said that he lives in Vegas. A lot of competitors like people like Chelsea, Hunter. Quite a few more ladies that live in Vegas are female bodybuilders, women bodybuilders. It's female bodybuilders, women's bodybuilders. That is so few opportunities. And this was a show that was post Olympia. The only one you have is Remaining Muscle Fest. I remember when an interview that Brittany did with Dave, actually when I gave it with Jeremy,
Mm-hmm.
that he told her about this show. She was planning to go to Romania to make her pro debut. And she lives in Texas. So this was a convenience for her. She didn't have to go all the way the other side to the world to compete at a show where it's just in the backyard. And that thing is, that's a cost. I remember where I was talking with Lloyd Conley, how she talked about how the cost when she went to Romania that year when they had the Master Show, that was expensive. Kind of her husband, and her coach. And and that's the thing is that if there's more shows here in the backyard where, okay, if there's more like qualifications, or as with this year, next year with New York Pro getting dropped off, you're gonna have a blank spot for women's bodybuilding for in May, where there's nothing for y'all to do. You have Triple O in Vancouver in April, but then you have that blank spot right there.
That's
so
positive that something just pops up like it did last year.
Yeah, we can't touch it. Shot here, yeah. Shot here to my man, Money J. He says, fit model hate that division as much as you do, George. I appreciate it. Well, I want to give a shout out to a young lady I interviewed, Amy, who I met in Tampa. She just got a pro card at the Ben Weeder Natural Amateur Show. Shout out to her in fit model. She's a nice lady. I interviewed her. Great person. No offense to her. Just got offense to her division. Also, here we have it says, Money J says, I would start a petition to get that point system back for athletes if I can. Well, like my man Big Key said like that, everybody has to be involved with it. You can't get, if you can only get 40% of the population in the IFBB to get involved with it, then it's not enough. It's like anything. Like we talk about how we try to start a union. You need everybody to sign on it to get it to pass. But the problem is, not everybody's going to jump onto it, especially not a lot of people are fans of the division. But here's like this. When you look at women now, we're looking at women now. And you were talking to me about there's some women in the division that look like they should go up because and that would probably help if you have more bodies. We just saw some ladies who decided to switch this year. I heard Jess Felborn making her say she's going to switch next year. Farrah Faulkner also did the show in Portugal along with Virginia Sanchez. And congratulations to Virginia Sanchez. She won that show. She's qualified for 24/7 Masters over. And I don't know what that show's going to be. Hope we have in the States. I think we need more ladies to realize that even though you feel more comfortable with this division, you're outgrowing it, and sometimes you just bump into the ceiling.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But
And
there's
a
got
lot
to
of
be an
people
incentive.
need to go to women's physique again, and I'm like, no, I'm not going.
Oh no, hell no! You're not a woman's physique. Are you kidding me?
Remember? Okay, I don't know if you remember when I did women's physique. It was
Yeah,
like
I did.
2013, and it was at the Mile High show in Colorado because I was trained with Dylan Amherst was my coach at that time. So I did his show. Awesome place, blah blah blah. So I accidentally slipped a lat spread in my posing routine. Accidentally. And this is the night show. I got reamed out by the one judge so bad. Don't you ever do that again. You're not a bodybuilder. You're in women's physique. If you're going to do that, you might as well just go right back. And I was like, okay. I said, I'll just go back then. Because, like I couldn't help it. But now everyone just throws it wherever they think they need to do a lat spread to do a front relaxed. Like,
We talked about this. We've seen figure girls doing it,
Yeah, figure
and
girls do it all the time.
it's not a physique pose. It's not a men's classic pose. It's a bodybuilding pose. We have those poses as Eunice knows. We have those poses to segregate the divisions instead of being a melting pot. And mine was truly by accident because I was a bodybuilder going into a different division. Just slipped in, and I got reamed out for that. Like
Yeah.
ripped apart. I was like, dang, okay, I'll never do that again. So yeah, and I wish the judges would do that more often. But everybody's got thin skin and they don't want to hurt their little feelings.
They
I
need to
mean,
offer some kind
that's
of
what one
incentive.
judge said to me when I talked to him about it. They're just so sensitive. I'm like, oh my god, get some
So,
sense if you're going to be in this sport. You can't be a sissy lala.
they sound like it's soft.
Just like,
Yeah.
but
What are you about to say, Eunice?
Now, I was just going to say that they need to offer some kind of incentive to get these WPDs to move up. You know,
Well, here's the center.
yeah, that's how you're going to fill the classes because there's, we could probably name 10 of them right now that need to be in women's bodybuilding. If all of us called out somebody, we could probably come up with 10 names that need to go to women's bodybuilding. That would be an additional 2 bodies at each show.
Mm-hmm. I can say most definitely. I'm looking at this one Brigette from Austria who was at the Olympia. She got a qualification in Spain, and she was competed at the Pittsburgh. She was in top 5 at the Pittsburgh Pro. I'm looking at Rachel Daniels. That's also I think I don't know if she's going to move or not. Her quads was bigger than her because she was there at Tampa, and her client was Keisha Oliver, and there's a picture of them together. And her quads are bigger than Keisha's. I mean,
so then that means body's out of balance too. So and that's the problem that's happening too sometimes in bodybuilding is they're focusing on some parts, so it's muscle being thrown on like the dudes, but it's not flowing smoothly.
True.
And now you got to figure out how you're going to get those shoulders to match up to those big ass quads. You got to bring those quads down to bring up the hamstrings. Like certain body parts. It's almost like muscle is just thrown on. Then their coaches and them don't know how to place it properly. It's like, oh, let's just slam this on here. Right. And you see it. You see it with men too. You see it in women's, but in women's right now, it seems to be sticking out a lot more.
Yeah. Here we got a comment from a man, Money. Yeah. Yeah. We got here a comment from a man, Money J. I feel like the IFBB changes their rules constantly, almost like a seasonal type thing. It's so confusing. Also, he says this, shout out to a man, Money J, sticking in here, says, what are the 10 names, Eunice? Well, there's quite a few, if I don't know if you might want to go through. Maybe we might do it another time, or y'all feel like you want to be interested in discussing them. But anyway, our man David, shout out to my man David. I wish he was here. He really would. He really enjoyed himself because my brother's been on around the world. He's been back. He just did right after he just about a week or so ago. He was at Atlantic Coast. He did some interviews there too. Shout out to him. But also, he got to do an interview with our dear friend Eunice. She was also there at the backstage, politicking, getting out there, also put out the Bad Rap brand. So here she is in her interview.
Hey, this is FBB Forum, and my name is David, and I'm very pleased to welcome the amazing Eunice Martinez Kitchen to the podcast. It's really good to see you.
Thanks, David. Want to give a shout out to JoJo. Of course, she's my business partner, so I want to say hi, JoJo, from Las Vegas.
Awesome. And so where are we now? We're at the Steve Carr Classic, right?
Steve Carr Classic, and this is the first time for women's bodybuilding, and so I just needed to support. I wanted to come out here. I told Austin I want to be out.
Oh, sorry, I hit some by accident.
Hey, this is FBB Forum, and my name is David, and I'm very pleased to welcome the amazing Eunice Martinez Kitchen to the podcast. It's really good to see you.
Thanks, David. Want to give a shout out to JoJo. Of course, she's my business partner, so I want to say hi, JoJo, from Las Vegas.
Awesome. And so where are we now? We're at the Steve Carr Classic, right?
Steve Carr Classic, and this is the first time for women's bodybuilding, and so I just needed to support. I wanted to come out here. I told Austin I'm going to be out here just to come support his show. So I gave up going to the Olympia and saved my credits for this event. So it turns out that it's going to be the biggest lineup in women's bodybuilding for this year.
That's true.
The Olympia.
Yeah.
So man, what a show.
I know it is. It's a really good lineup. They have, I believe, 10 ladies that are competing. 11.
Sure, yeah.
There's, I think, one dropped out that was on the list. Yeah, but 10 is really good for women's bodybuilding.
Huge.
And it's a really good quality lineup too. There's a lot of good ladies here. Yeah. Tell me a little bit about Bad Rap.
Well, we're finishing out the year. We have a couple of amateurs that are going to be competing at the USA Nationals.
Okay.
And then we do have some that are competing early in the spring.
Okay.
So for this year, we're finishing up the year. We're taking ambassadorship, applications. So from there, we'll pick who we're going to help in 2026.
That's terrific. Yeah. I like how you've given out the Bad Rap jacket to the winners at a few shows, like in Tampa.
We have. These are really cool jackets. Everything's leather. You get the Bad Rap on the sleeve, and of course the Bad Rap on here.
Yeah.
And then, of course, what it stands for. Big and fine, ripped and
Oh yeah, let me get in close on that. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and you've been such a great supporter of women's bodybuilding, and especially the muscle categories like the women's bodybuilding and women's physique.
And
figure
those
too.
are the three that we focus on.
Yeah.
But we want to branch into wellness and bikini. So the more
cool.
people support us, the more the profits we have, and we can share them with everybody.
And we can
of
go.
course, promoters too, because that's why I'm here as well. Trying to figure out how we can help promoters as well.
That's great. I think that's terrific. And so, and also you're trying to get, you have sales on your website that.
Oh, folks, yeah. Ooh, what's going on? well,
it's great, so anything is possible.
Yeah. It was, like I said, again, I do appreciate what Eunice is doing for women's bodybuilding, not just exclusive women's bodybuilding, but also physique and figure, even, and also dipping into the business side of it, because, wellness and bikini are the very popular divisions. It's the way to try to expand and get, because I know she, this year she gave a jacket to a couple ladies, Lavinia Barros, also Seneca Givens at Triple O, Erica Morgan, also who else?
San Antonio Pro.
San Antonio Pro.
The figure division. Yeah.
And hoping we maybe get some more promoters might be interested in that. We have your comment from man, Money J. He says this is David Harbor from the Female Bodybuilding Forum, who is his favorite athlete.
So we know, right?
we know. We're not gonna do it like that, David, man, I wish you were here, brother. We would love to pick on you. We wanted to bust your balls. I know. I mean, brother, calm down, dude. I know she's an attractive lady. I can't lie about that, but come on, calm down. But that's the Austin Carr show. This was a good show, honestly, in January. I mean, to give y'all ladies the opportunity to compete, have a platform where so few promoters are doing that, because they want to put on who's the prettiest, who can give them the most money. But like this. Women's bodybuilding is the foundation division. It wasn't for that division, you wouldn't have fitness, physique, figure. Now, with the exception of bikini and wellness, those were brought in. They will come from other parts of bikini was very popular. Like you go like Hawaii Tropic, Hooters used to have bikini contests, and in bikini rounds at pageants. Wellness from Brazil, and now you have this fit model, which is a spinoff of bikini. And I say like this: that division is not going to hold up too long. Try to keep that look of less about muscle, because that thing is, look what happened to wellness. Look what happened to bikini. Bodybuilding is very influential, especially to athletes. When you train, you work out. You're not going to still be like a cardio bunny, just ride on a bike and you see everybody else lifting weights. You're going to want to get there and pound that weight, pound that iron, and build that muscle.
Mm-hmm. It'll be interesting.
So, ladies, we're not going to hold you too long.
Well, it'd be interesting to see, if Austin could be transparent with how he did in that show. How he